Alright guys, so today we're hitting Rocky Branch Park, RBP. I had looked on Tar Heel Trailblazers, which is like a local website. It's an organization that works on all the local trails. And it was yellow with a caution sign, which I actually asked about last week, and I guess they're doing work on other parts of the trail system, not the main like skill area that they just built. And that's where the jump lines are, which is basically all I'm going to be riding. I would like to ride through all those trails though, because it seemed, from what I've seen, it actually looks very solid. So we're going to ride up to the skill section and get a couple clips in. It's another screamer today. Probably close to 100. Rocky Branch is actually pretty close to Airline. It's just a few exits further off the highway. I'm kind of surprised it only said 23 minutes for me. That must be a miracle. It's usually like 30-ish, 35. Could just be because there isn't as much traffic, which will take any day of the week. You get me? This wide body scat is going so slow on the highway, probably looking for some action. Might be a Hellcat. I will say this about Mopar versus Mustang is, like, the body kit between the GT and any other higher trim is so much different. Like, you can have a wide body Scat and a wide body Hellcat, and there's like, I don't know, maybe 3 small differences. Like, they just look so similar. Like, everybody knows the difference between a GT500 and a Coyote. I feel like that would bug me out if I owned a Hellcat and it looked just like a wide body Scat. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I had no idea if this was a Hellcat or a wide body Scat. It's a wide body Scat. Like, even the GT and the GT 350, like, there's still a huge difference between the body kit. So at Rocky Branch, they just built a like an advanced skill section, like deep into the trail system. If you saw the Airline clip, it's pretty similar to the Gravity Terminal, which actually might not be in the video that much, like from a third-party view, because I screwed up the frame, so I didn't post all of it. But it's like a wooden platform that's got 3 different lines that go off the top. There's a beginner, intermediate, and like an expert line. I think it's blue, double blue and a black, or maybe a blue, black, and double black. I can't remember. I will say you get through it really fast. You can session it pretty easy, which is nice, but you go flying down that trail there. To be totally honest with you, I don't even know if I did the smallest line up there on the right. We'll try and get a clip of each one if I can. It's all going to be third-party clips, so we'll try and get one of each line. The one in the middle, I think I did it one time. The first time carried way too much speed on the wall ride and both the two. I think there's 2 main jumps. I think there really only might be 2 jumps and a wall ride. But you carry so much speed through that line. They might both be wooden lips. They suck you up and compress you a lot for the amount of speed you have. So I over jumped and nosedived both of them my first run. I don't even know if I may have done it one more time after that. I'll show you guys more about that when we get there, because I want to try them again and see if, now that I know how the jumps feel, if it's a lot easier the second time around. But we'll see if it's changed since I've been there. It's been probably a month or so since I went last, so we'll see. Yeah guys, it's going to be another steam session here. I can feel it. But yeah, if it rains more than like 10-20 minutes, like heavy, a lot of the places around here close just because of the clay. When you get a lot of rain on these clay trails and jumps, it takes a very long time for them to dry out compared to dirt, at least from my experience. So it takes a lot longer for them to get back in shape. So if airline stays open after a rain, you know it wasn't too bad. And I don't think airline closed, so we should be looking at some hero dirt today. I mean, if you guys are begging me for a pull, I'll run it up. Loki didn't want to hook up there. Like, I feel like all these crazy expensive schools are just not even close to modernized. All like Paul Revere looking brick castles. Shout out my boy Paul Revy though. Everybody sleeps on Paul Revere low-key. I'd say it's up there with Johnny Appleseed, to be totally frank with you. We've almost arrived. Kind of surprised I remembered how to get here. No GPS, you feel me? Oh, there's that Miata from the race league. Let's go. We've arrived. Alright. Gotta be careful this time, because last time I filmed going into the trail, I crashed everywhere. So I'm using my right hand on the bars this time. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, there's actually some pretty cool trails in here that I haven't really explored yet, so once I get the GoPro on lock, it'll be easier to run some of that stuff up, at least to show you guys. So I can't really rip downhill videos third person. It'd be a nightmare. So right now we're just riding up to the skill area. It's not too far in. I got lucky the first time I came here. I saw somebody who I recognized, who's a really good rider. So I knew he was probably going to the skill area. So right at that spot where like those rocky berms are, I followed him in here, and sure enough, it was right to the skill area. Otherwise, I'd be ripping the main loop like I did at BYT and get lost. But almost there. It's like a jungle in here. Pretty cool scenery. There's the exit for the small and middle line. So here's the smaller blue line. Do get a wall ride in this small section, which is pretty cool. I feel like you don't see that often in small lines. Little table there. And it looks like a drop, an assisted drop. Okay, I'm gonna get some lines in and then I'll start recording. Here's the top. Really nice built platform. And then they kind of cleared out some of this up here from last time I showed up. Definitely a lot more open. So yeah, the small blue line goes right. So it is a single black in the middle. And then the double black on the left. All right, so here's the blue line on the right. Got like a 1 foot drop there at the top. Couple tables that are very rollable here. Few berms. Then there's that nice wall ride. It's super mellow and smooth. You can go pretty high up on it quite easily. Little table there into a super nice right-hand berm. Love that berm. Assisted drop there, and then a little double or 2 rollers here, jump or manual, whatever you want to do. Moving on to the middle line here, wall ride. You go into that pretty quick, so I check up. All 3 of these gaps do have the wooden ramps that do compress you a lot. So take your time hitting it the first run through to get a feel for that compression, and then you'll be fine. Here's the double black. Bigger drop there to start, couple berms. Love that big full turn here into a drop. Got a step up roller and then a double there coming from the other angle here. We're gonna have that last double into a roller and then another double here into the last main turn. Another pretty nice turn there. Then we've got 2 tables. I like to nose tap or manual them. You got a double there. Hello? And then rounding out the double black. Probably the biggest double there in the jump line, and then a few rollers to round it out. Well, we made it back to the car. For a minute there, I wasn't sure we were gonna make it. It's absolutely fiery out. Some of you guys may be wondering, Andrew, where's that brand deal? Andrew, I saw RX commented, did you sign the contract? Just overheard somebody at the brewery the other day say, yo, did you see RX commented on Andrew's TikTok? I wonder if he signed the deal. Well, I have news for you folks. Major announcement. I have not signed a brand deal. But I'm a slow burn, so when RX is ready, I'll be there. I know everybody's thinking, Andrew, I see the RX bar, is this a paid promotion? It is not. But I'm a rock with them. Get me right back into shape, this bar right here, come on. I was feeling dehydrated, beat, gassed, blitzed. This bar's getting me right. So, you guys ever eat something like this and now want to get your fingers like chocolatey, but then you accidentally eat the wrapper? Me neither, but so yeah, that was Rocky Branch Park. So overall review, definitely a really fun setup and they got in there. So it's a blue line on the right, black line in the middle, and then a double black on the left. I think the hardest one, and I've also heard this from other people, that the black in the middle is actually the harder of the two, between the black and the double black. So much compression on those wooden ramps, or webs they built. I would definitely recommend slowing down a little bit for your first run through it, because you compress a lot on those wooden ramps and it will buck your back tire pretty hard. What get the hang of it and you can get used to the compression, they're pretty fun. The two drops that are at the top are probably what deter people the most, just like an airline, but they're honestly the easiest part in my opinion. As far as the jumps go, the jumps in the double black are a breeze. Like if you compare the jumps, I think there's 3 in the single black, the middle one. If you compare those jumps to the double black, the middle line is definitely more difficult. Like if you carry a little bit too much speed, which it's very easy to on that line, especially for your first run, you get bucked pretty hard. But if you're ever like nervous to hit jumps or drops, just watch a couple people do it first. The blue line, the beginner one, it's actually kind of fun. The wall ride is super smooth. It's very easy to get up high on it. It's very mellow. All the jumps and little drops there are very easy, straightforward. And then the double black on the left is awesome. Trail speed, super flowy, jumps are nice. You can manual or nose tap the small tables in there. One thing I do like about RBP2 is everything is very sessionable. The trip, because of that, the trails aren't very long. You can keep sessioning them pretty quick, so that makes it convenient. But yeah, it's definitely a really fun spot for sure. If you guys are into like the jumpy lines like me, definitely the top 3 so far, at least that I've gone to. I would recommend Airline, Cedar, and then probably Rocky Branch. Cedar will most likely be the next video. And then I'd like to go back to Francis Beatty and look at the jumps there. They also have some wooden ramps, but they don't compress you like the ones that Rocky Branch does here. The last time I was there, which was actually over the winter, they were also very run down, which makes sense. I mean, it was in the middle of winter, but I'd be interested to see how they are now in the summertime. So we're definitely gonna hit Cedar. We'll hit Francis Beatty, check out the jumps there. This guy's bobbing and weaving through traffic like crazy. Comment what trail systems you want me to check out. Don't mind me holding this tripod up. And yes, I am wearing Steelers gear. Oh, that's a nice coyote right there. The amount of swag you have being 75 years old and ripping a Mustang. Yow! That's so fire. Anybody wear their shades like this? Maybe I'll just store them behind my head like that, my boy. That's a review, Rocky Branch Park.